Words are not my strong point today, because if there's one thing about me, I like to dress for the occasion. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So, this video I've kind of already made before. I have already done an unboxing of the ignore 1989, of the Tortured Poets Department Anthology Vinyl. However, if you saw my unboxing of that, you will have seen the first LP inside. Words are not my strong point today. The first LP inside actually arrived damaged. So, what was the issue? Essentially, the issue was that the first LP had a bit of the inner sticker actually pressed into the record. It was in the groove, so it would impact the way it would play. It wouldn't play the songs, essentially, properly. Only at the first LP, I took a picture of it, sent it to the Taylor Swift online store. The customer service were absolutely fantastic, and they sent me a full replacement vinyl. Now, this is not the fault of Taylor Swift or anything like that. This can happen to any record. It's what happens with vinyl sometimes. Sometimes they just arrive damaged. It's just one of those things. It's the way they're pressed. And it has happened to me before. If you watched my 1989 Taylor's version unboxing, my 1989 Tangerine version had a very similar issue to do with the inner sticker being pressed into the groove so it wouldn't play. And they did the same thing where they sent me the replacement. You do have to send photo evidence of this so they can obviously verify it before they send out a full replacement. But I am very thankful for the Taylor Swift store for being very good in terms of customer service. I personally have never had an issue with them. I've contacted them about faulty items before and they've always been pretty good to respond. So I can't really complain with their customer service. Next, Anthology unboxing. I can't believe we're already doing another one. I said I think this is the last Tortured Poets Department unboxing we're doing. How wrong I was. I also put the Tortured Poets Department cardigan on for the occasion as well, because if there's one thing about me, I like to dress for the occasion. So it took a little bit longer for this one to arrive compared to the first one. Like usually they've been really quick with the store. This one did take a little bit longer, but honestly I wasn't going to complain because they did send me a full replacement for my damaged record. So we're just going to try to open it. I love opening vinyl. It's so sad. This one arrives faulty as well. It'll be really funny because I think it's been too long that I now can't complain about it. So whoopsies. But I wanted to do an unboxing video and I've not been that well during December, so I've not been able to do an unboxing video for you all, but now I'm better, so we'll do an unboxing. This is the Anthology on vinyl. It's, I think it was $59.99. It's quite an expensive record, but there is a reason for that. It's 4LP. The other Taylor vinyl that is 4LP is Red Taylor's version. The main pressing of that is a plain black pressing in the UK. You can't actually get the red pressing in the UK. And that was about £50 when I first bought it. Now it can be around 45-ish. But I think because inside of this, it's all of the LP inside are different, so they're 4 different colours, they're all transparent, that's probably why the cost has increased a little bit, as well as obviously just like inflation and all that. So there is the hype sticker on it. So on the hype sticker it says Tortured Poets Department, file name, the anthology, includes all 31 tracks, 4 acoustic version tracks, yeah, that's what it includes. And then you've got the gorgeous cover. I love the fact the cover is different from the Black Dog cover. I didn't like that the Black Dog cover was the Anthology cover on streaming. It was confusing. People were like, how do you have the Anthology already? I was like, it's not the Anthology. But now I do have the Anthology. In fact, I've got 2. I just really love the Anthology, apparently. And how do I open my records? With my handy little nail scissors. I sound like a movie villain there. But yeah, I open them with my handy little nail scissors because you can get like in it without damaging it, which I like to do. I don't really like to damage my records, you know, it's kind of something we avoid. So you can do it without damaging it, which is really great. Now, when I first opened the Anthology, I think I was in a bit of, not a mood, but I was just disappointed because the first bit in it was like damaged as well as the poster inside. So because 2 parts of it were damaged, I don't think I was as positive as I normally am unboxing my Taylor stuff because I was just kind of like, ugh, like, I know it's just one of those things, but it's also a little bit just kind of sad when it happens. Also, for anyone curious, this record is made in Germany. She gonna be easy? There we go. Come on. The lighting is also ever so slightly better than it was when I first recorded this, because I like to film my videos in natural lighting, but like, I live in the UK, it's now winter, the lighting has been really bad. It was kind of good this morning with a bit of sun, but it's gone back to grey a little bit, but it's better than it has been for the past month, so kind of glad about that. First up, the vinyl itself, it is very crisp, there are no damages on the front of that. So we love that. We'll open her up. She is a gatefold, so you can see there, Torture Poets Department Anthology, and you have that summary poem at the very end. So this is the summary poem in the Torture Poets Department vinyl. If you get the vinyl that isn't the anthology, so all the other vinyl variants of Torture Poets, it will have actually a gatefold, and it will have a book-bound jacket inside, which is actually the lyric booklet. At the start, it also has a summary poem by Stevie Nicks. This is the poem at the very end by Taylor. So you don't have this Stevie Nicks poem in here, you don't have a lyric booklet in this version, so if you want the book-bound jacket, you're going to have to get the vinyl that aren't the anthology, essentially. I do like the anthology vinyl. I've actually done a video comparing them all. Do I have my... Tell me they've not forgotten. Oh, I thought they'd forgotten the poster, and I was going to be like, guys? No. Okay, poster has arrived. Perfect. No damage at all there. So it was just one of those things. It was just a faulty record. So... the sigh of relief. Honestly, I was like, this can't be faulty as well. So this is the gorgeous poster that comes inside. None of the other Torture Poets Department variants have a poster in, but they do have other things like that book-bound jacket, but I do love the poster. I probably won't stick this up. I'm just kind of worried about sticking it up. I just always kind of have been in terms of like with Taylor posters that come with the CDs, because I don't want to damage them, which is probably so silly. But yeah, that's just something I do. When I was younger, I used to do it, and now I kind of regret it, because like some of my posters are now like damaged, so I probably won't put this up unless I put it in like a frame. So which is the first this is not the first record, this is. So we have this amazing picture of Taylor on the front. I love the Torture Poets Department photo shoot. It's a full album photo shoot. I love when she does a full one, and this one very much is a full one, and I think it perfectly captures the emotion of the album. And then on the back you've got the lyrics of the songs, as well as who they're written by. So on side A of this first LP, we've got Fortnite featuring Post Malone, the Torture Poets Department, My Boy Only Breaks His Favourite Toys, and then Down Bad. And then side B, you've got So Long London, But Daddy I Love Him, Fresh Out the Slammer, and Florida featuring Florence and the Machine. So yeah, all the same tracks on this first one. So this was the record that I got originally that arrived damaged. I'm having a look. There's ever so slight cosmetic damage on this, but honestly I'm not really that fussed. Because of the other one having damage to the actual record that it wouldn't play, this one, the only thing there, it's ever so slight. You probably, yeah, you can just see in the very center of the inner sticker, it's just not placed perfectly. Obviously it's like done by Machino and all that, so like it's not like a person has done this, but yeah, it's one of those things. Vinyl often don't come perfect, and that's what I love about them. If you want perfect, I usually go for CDs. They are usually pretty perfect, other than the fact that sometimes the dual cases, well, you know, break and crack. But yeah, it's still a beautiful record. I do love this. I think this perfectly represents the Torture Poets Department. I said with the original Torture Poets Department vinyl, I wish they were marbled, because none of my pressings were marbled. Some people had ever so slight marbling, but because these are transparent, you can really see the marbling on there. I love that it feels like a smoky room, which I feel like perfectly represents the Torture Poets Department record. And also, this one's actually a nicer pressing as well, so I've been quite lucky there. Because with marbled vinyl, what can happen is you can get the best pressing ever. You can get the most beautiful marbling known to man. It can look amazing. It can look fantastic. You can also get the worst marbling ever that has like an ever so slight marbling and the rest of it is just the same. It's the risk with marbled vinyl, which makes it fun. I love it. I think the bigger risk are the ones that are like splitting colours. Sometimes they have them where they're like two different colours and you only get like a teeny bit of the other colour, and that can look bad. I don't think Taylor actually has any of those ones, but I've seen some, and sometimes when they're like those ones, they can look bad. Next one, we have this gorgeous pressing. This is another stunning one. I love this when I first opened it. So it is a darker version. It's again a transparent, but it is a darker colour, and then you've also got this like black marbling inside, again giving that smoky kind of vibes to it. I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it's a gorgeous record, and I think it perfectly represents the anthology, as well as the Torture Poets Department in general. And I think the anthology has some of Taylor's like most heartbreaking songs, and like The Prophecy and How Did It End are so sad. I think How Did It End should have been on the original album. I think Come One Come All, It's Happening Again is probably the way to sum up this album. I think How Did It End is the perfect song to represent this entire album, because people tuned into this album when it first came out, and we're all guilty of it, being like, it's going to be about her previous breakup. You know, she's going to tell us all the details about it, all the things, you know, that people want to know. And she even says, like, the empathetic hunger descends. Like, people are sad for her, but also they want to know those details, whether you're her friend, whether you're her fan, anything like that, whether you're the media. And I think that song is just so good at doing that. And you can relate it to your life as well, because even if you've gone through something in your life, like a breakup in your life, people still want to know the details, because it's human nature to be nosy in that way. So I think that song perfectly represents the album. I would have loved it was on the original one. There is a chance it wasn't on the original one because it was written too last minute. That can sometimes happen with records. Obviously you have to get them pressed in terms of vinyl, and CDs you have to get them made. So if it's not made in time, it won't go on the record. But Taylor's now releasing like those streaming only, kind of digital only versions like we had with the 3am edition, which means she can add songs last minute, and Taylor is very chaotic and will do that, so that could have been why that was the case. But I do think that's perfect. I didn't read the songs that were on this record, sorry everyone. So on side C of this one I've just shown you, it's Guilty as Sin, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I Can Fix Him, No Really I Can, LOML, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, The Alchemy, Clara Bow, and The Black Dog. So as you can see here, you're now starting to get some of the extra tracks of The Black Dog. So this has all of the bonus tracks, so it has every single track in terms of the Torture Poets department, every single one you can get. A lot of people had a lot to say about the different versions of the Torture Poets department, because we had these extra CDs with extra tracks, like some of the acoustic tracks. We also obviously had, when the album first came out, the Black Dog variant, the manuscript variant, the Bolter, and the Albatross. And I didn't really mind that, you know. It's something a lot of artists do when they release different records and they have an extra song on that record. It's to sell more vinyl, it's simple marketing. Some people don't like that. Personally for me, I don't mind it, but I also think there should be a version available like this that has all the songs for people who don't want to variant collect. That is what I didn't like particularly about Midnight's The Clock, because I love The Clock, I have all the CDs for The Clock, I love it. But I think there should have been a version, obviously we did have this with the late night version, where there is a full clock on the back, because some people don't want 4 different CDs. And that's completely okay if you're a younger fan. Imagine asking your, like, I can imagine asking my parents at, like, when I was like 14, being like, can I get all 4 CDs so they make a clock? And my mum would just be like, and I'd have to try to explain that they were different CDs. They're the same CD. It's very similar. But that's why I make these videos, to show you what these different things look like for people who don't want to buy multiple variants, because they are normal. I'm a little bit weird, so I like to buy them. And I also love making these videos as well. They're just so fun to do. Then we have the next one. So we've got another great picture of Taylor from the Torture Poets department photo shoot. And on side E. Okay, no. We've got I'm Gonna Get You Back, The Albatross, Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus, How Did It End, and So High School. And then side F, we've got I Hate It Here, Thank You Amy, I Look in People's Windows, The Prophecy, and Cassandra. So we'll open her up. She is another gorgeous pressing, a little bit darker, but she's absolutely stunning there. So she again is a transparent, this is a slightly darker transparent version, with again that black marbling. Absolutely stunning, perfectly represents the album. The inner sticker is a little bit boring. The inner sticker is very similar to what the CD actually looks like as well, which personally I think is a little boring, but it matches the theme of the album, it represents the album, so I get it, even though for me, I'm not like a huge fan of it, because I'm someone who loves like colourful variants. I am obviously a pink girly, I love like the bright bold colours and stuff. That's not what this album is, so I think it matches the album. So even though I personally don't like it, I like that it matches the album. And then last but not least, we've got the final record in this. Side G has Peter, the Bolter, Robin, and the Manuscript. And side H has Fortnite acoustic version featuring Post Malone, Down Bad acoustic version, But Daddy I Love Him acoustic version, and Guilty as Sin acoustic version. So the acoustic versions are the exact same vocals as the actual songs that these are. So for some of Taylor's acoustic versions, like State of Grace acoustic, they are different vocals, but for like Haunted acoustic, and this is why it's not on the Taylor's version of Speak Now, it's the same vocals, just with different backing. So we have this final one here. Now when I first opened this, I was very surprised, because for some unknown reason, I thought it was orange, and I opened it and I was like, this isn't orange. Now, I think compared to the rest of the vinyl in this record, this is different because it's more of like a goldy colour, and the transparentness is lovely and all, but like the marbling's not as great because the marbling's not as dark. You can still see the marbling there, but because it's not as like dark, it doesn't stand out as much. So this was probably my least favourite of the 4 LP inside. Someone did point this out actually, that the different colour LP actually matched the different variants of the original Tortured Poets department. So this one's the Bolter, we then have like the Albatross, you know, the manuscript, and the Black Dog with the different colour variants, and that seems to match up, which is quite a cool little like Easter egg there. But yeah, I do love this record. Obviously I am someone who just prefers colourful records. That's just who I am as a person. It's not that I don't like the Tortured Poets department record. I do, because I think it represents the album. So even though it's not my preference in colour of the record, I do still think it's really, really beautiful because it matches that album. And I love that we have a full album with all of the songs. Whether we needed those acoustic tracks, I'm not too sure. I don't think they necessarily needed to be on the record. Maybe they put it on so then it would make up the 4 LP rather than having 3 LP. That would make kind of a bit of sense there. But I just don't think it was necessary. Just because they're the same vocals, it's just essentially a remix, so I'm not sure how well they belong on the anthology, but that's just my own kind of personal thing. Obviously people are free to disagree with that one. But yeah, I do like this record. It is beautiful. I think it is quite pricey at about £60. That is quite a pricey record, but you are getting 4 LP inside, and they are all 4 different ones. They are really gorgeous as well. They do represent the album very, very well. I do wish it still had that book-bound jacket inside. I understand it probably would make the vinyl too thick, so obviously it's got 4 LP, and it would just increase the cost, and it's already quite expensive, so I do understand the reasoning behind not having it in, but I also think you're also missing that like summary poem by Stevie Nicks, which I think is a really nice kind of thing about having the physical like CD or the vinyl from the Tortured Poets department. The fact that you have this poem from Stevie Nicks and then you got the summary poem and like the handwritten lyrics and stuff. You're not getting these handwritten lyrics in this, which is a little bit of a shame because I do like the handwritten lyrics on the CD, on the cassettes, and on the vinyl. I think they make a really nice touch, and it's a little bit of a shame you don't have them in this. However, it also makes the other ones extra special, so I do kind of get it. Overall, I do love this record. It's probably not my favourite of the Tortured Poets department just because it doesn't have that book-bound jacket. However, I do think it's a great option for people who are just looking to buy one version of the album, and it also has those anthology tracks with Midnights, the 3 AM tracks. We've never had them officially on vinyl. Obviously there are bootleg vinyl out there. We've got some of them on the Late Night CD, but we don't have a vinyl of the other Midnights tracks that aren't just on the normal version, so I would love to see that eventually one day with a full clock on the back. But yeah, I do love the Tortured Poets one. It's a beautiful album, and we are lucky to have it. And that is the Anthology Vinyl unboxing. Part 2. Yeah, very happy with the replacement, happy with the customer service from Taylor Swift store. Definitely feel a bit positive, more positive than I did last video about this, just because I think I was a little bit disappointed. I was trying not to be, but when you first open a record and it's damaged, it's hard not to then have a tainted view of the rest of the record. Even if I tried not to, I really did. But yeah, there's my opinion on that. Hope you liked this video. If you have liked this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. That would be so cool. And thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a great day!